Hello and welcome to CHD 120, Introduction to Early Childhood Education. My name is Maggie Charlton. I'm going to be your instructor for this summer. And so I'm looking forward to working with each of you and hopefully providing you a good foundation in a lot of different areas relating to early childhood education. So this summer, as I'm sure many of you have found out, we are launching our courses are now going to be using Canvas instead of Blackboard, which may be a switch for many of you if you've never used Canvas before. And in all honesty, I had not either. And so in creating this course, I tried to make sure that I was going to make it as user-friendly as possible. So this week's video is not only just an introduction to the course, but also a little bit of an introduction to Canvas. So if we get started, as you're looking at how am I supposed to actually get into Canvas, now when you log in to your SIS, one of the options is now going to be Canvas as opposed to Blackboard. So when you originally get into Canvas, you will probably get to your dashboard, and your dashboard is where the courses that you're taking are going to be housed. So for this course, what you want to do is you want to click on Introduction to Early Childhood Education. And so you will see that this is our home page. Every time you open up the course, this is the page that you're going to see. And I just did this because I figured it was an easier place to land instead of changing things week after week. So every time you go onto the course, this is what you're going to see. But I'm going to show you where I have things housed. So first thing to see is this is the textbook that we're going to be using. So please make sure that you do have this textbook. We are going to be using it every single week, so it is really important that you have the textbook. My understanding is it comes in several different forms, including a loose leaf, which I believe is a little bit cheaper than the hardback, but however you have access to it, just make sure that you do have this textbook. I've also put some helpful hints if you have not taken an online course before to kind of help you. One of the things that is really important to know is that as a TCC student, you are eligible to download Microsoft Office 365 for free. And actually in the first week's announcement, I have the instructions on how you can do that. So those of you who maybe use a Mac, may want to, if you don't have access to Microsoft Office, want to download this because all of your assignments do have to be submitted in either a Word document or a PDF format because my computer does not open anything that is Apple related. So, so take a few minutes just to kind of read through some helpful hints for navigating an online course. And I also have some course information. This information is also going to be found in the week 1 announcement. But like I said, I thought this was a good landing place. So basically what's going to happen is every single week there's going to be a new announcement and there's going to be a new module that's open for you. So if you go to announcements, you will see, and actually your screen is going to look different than mine because I have everything loaded in here, but I'm only going to give access 1 week at a time. But each week you're going to find an announcement from me that kind of says this is what we're going to be doing. Again, like I said, this is a lot of repeat from our home page, but and here's the link for downloading Office 365. So every single week there will be an announcement that explains what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be going over, if there's any assignments that are getting ready to be introduced or due. I really try and make the announcement as complete as possible. Then the other place that you're going to want to become very familiar with is the modules. So the modules are going to be set up each week. And the way that I set up my courses is I only give access 1 week at a time. And in all honesty, the reason I do this is because it keeps students from getting overwhelmed. This course in particular deals with a different topic each week. And so if we don't spend the time to really get into that information that week as students are trying to work ahead, sometimes we lose the really important information. And each week there is either a discussion board or an assignment that I'm going to be going over. And so I really have found that students appreciate just working week by week. I promise that there is never an assignment other than a discussion board that's due the same week that I introduce it. So you don't have to worry that I'm asking you to turn over something really quickly. But the way that I have set up these modules is each week when you look at the module, you're going to see that underneath there will be a link for that particular week. So what I've done is I have created a one-page overview of the entire week. So you're going to see how the weekly content aligns with what the course outcomes from the state are. I'm also telling you these are our objectives. I'm going to give you some notes. But then what I have done is I have made sure that everything is in one place. So when you see like required readings and viewings, if there is something for you to view, whether it is a PowerPoint, whether or not it's a video, it's going to be linked from this page. So instead of having to go all of these different places, everything is in one place. So you'll see that there are PowerPoints for chapters 1 and 2. And so anytime that you are able to see the little hand, it means that there is actually something for you to open. So I don't think that you can see down on my screen, but underneath the assignments, you will see things like the discussion board for this week, and there will be a direct link that will take you directly there. So for instance, this first week, you're going to be doing an introductions discussion board. So I've linked it. So all you have to do is click on it, and it has taken you directly to the discussion board. So like I said, for the way that I have set up the modules, I just really wanted it to be so streamlined that you felt like everything was in one place. I wasn't asking you to click on all of these different links. And so hopefully that's going to make it a little bit easier to navigate Canvas. Now, that being said, all of the links that are in there are also housed over in our left-hand menu, just in case you can't find something or the link doesn't happen to be working. But like I said, everything should be on the weekly page that I've set up for you. So our course syllabus is also going to be here for you. The great thing is that it already gives you kind of a summary of everything that you're going to be doing, when it's going to be due, the links directly there. So like I said, I feel like it's going to be pretty user-friendly. But because this is new, please don't hesitate to ask questions. The best way to reach me, especially during the summer, is going to be through email. I try and be really responsive. Our policy says 24 hours, but I normally like to say it's about 24 minutes because my email does come through on every device that I own. And I also believe that if it's important enough to send me a question, that it's important enough for me to respond to you in a timely manner. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of an overview, just kind of how the course is set up, what Canvas is going to look like. Every time an assignment is going to be introduced, you will be able to also go to the assignments link, and that's where you're going to be submitting. And so when I introduce the first assignment, I will actually in the video just make sure that you understand how to submit it. Um, but for our first week, we are really going to be looking at an introduction to early childhood education, as well as the different types of programs that are in early childhood education. So what we're going to find as we go throughout this course is that it's really important to look backwards to see what our historical context is in early childhood education in order to know how we're going to move forward. So the first two chapters really kind of give you a historical overview of early childhood education, how it came to be, kind of the cycles of importance that we've seen in early childhood education. And the second chapter is going to deal with the different types of programs that are out there. And so when you look in this week's weekly page, you're going to see, again, the PowerPoints for chapters 1 and 2. Please don't use those as a substitute for actually reading the chapters because there's so much more information within the chapters. The PowerPoints are really just meant to be, here's an overview of some of the most important things that we're going to take away from that. So we are going to be building on these chapters as we continue moving forward. So like I said, the first 2 weeks are really going to kind of be, we've got to look backwards, kind of see how we've gotten to where we are right now. And as we get to the end of the course, we're going to be taking all of that information and then looking forward. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm really looking forward to working with all of you this summer. Some of you I've had in classes before, some of you are brand new, and if you're brand new to the early childhood program, welcome. I'm so excited to have you in our program. Just so you know, I am the department chair of early childhood education here at TCC. I am based on the Virginia Beach campus. But I am the overall department chair for all 4 campuses as well. So if you have any questions, not just about the course, but about the program, please feel free to reach out to me. So again, I look forward to working with you, and I hope that we're all going to navigate through Canvas together this summer and have a great time. So I will see you in week 2.